The game hasn't started yet, but I thought I should start streaming regardless. Let me open up the Twitch because no way he's just sitting down to sit down. Like there's probably something arranged. So we might as well start early. Let me check on the audio. Hello. Let me check on the audio. Hello. Hello. This is me speaking into the mic. Hello. This is me speaking into the mic. Is this good? This is I got a new mic, but I don't know if this is better. Is this good? This is I got a new mic, but I don't know if this is better. It doesn't sound much better. It doesn't sound much better. Let me delete the desktop audio. That way you guys don't hear any reverb. Okay, this is the streaming audio. I'm also guessing that the opponent is Lions Love. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I did. Um, I don't know if this is true. I'll update the title if this is not true. Let me just put on their music that we listen to. Oh my god, it's way too fucking loud. Okay, it's probably happening like right now. Then it's already the hour mark. Happening like right now. Then it's already the hour mark. Okay, I muted the stream. The audio seems fine. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Maybe we could try to figure out who he's actually playing then. Because it could be Kayon, it could be Prodigy. Like this isn't ruled out. You know, like who says it isn't these people? I'm just assuming it's Lions, just because I've seen Lions fans. Don't worry, guys. I'll sit them. Let's see if there's anyone wanting to play 50 now. No, no one wanting to play 50 now. Okay, you won't sit. We won't sit anyone. Let me try to find. Go to studio. Okay, we're still waiting for this to start. Let's send this. Yeah, we're just waiting for this damn game to start. What's happening? What's happening? Do we ask? Should we ask? Who are you playing? Let's see. He's the GOAT. Is he the GOAT? Who are we gonna see? Come on, someone play. No one's playing anyone heads up right now, like in any of the tables. But we are waiting. I'm not sure who's gonna play him. I think it's Linus, but I'll change the title if I'm wrong. I'm trying to figure it out. I think the other person he's played before. I think have I seen him play Kayhan? Kayhan. I think I've seen him play Prodigy. I actually don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I remember this correctly. But I for sure saw him play Linus. And I think Coin streamed it when I saw it. Which is why I kind of remember that one. But I don't remember who else is trying to play him. I'm just gonna assume it's Linus. Worst case, we change the title. Not that big of a deal. Right now I'm just using the Linus clickbait, I guess, until it actually realizes. Now I've been playing a bit of heads up on Coin lately. I had a 12 buy-in bankroll. I'm at 18 buy-ins right now. I'm pretty happy with it, but it's a super small sample of hands, so who really knows if I'm winning? I could just be running really good in terms of like hitting my outs or some shit, or like running into the right hands. No, but it's nice. The only thing I kind of wish I could do more is play longer sessions, but I don't think there's enough action in the lower stakes. Let me grab a piece of paper so maybe you could write down some of the hands. I'll be right back. So I could write down some of the hands and we could maybe look at them afterwards. Let me remove the whole tired thing. I don't need that anymore. Uh, what can I? Sorry for the early start, by the way, guys. I just thought it was gonna start sooner. I thought it was gonna start at 12, or I guess whatever time. I thought it was gonna start last hour, whatever time you guys are, the last hour. I thought it was gonna start then, but it's not starting then. It's Cam. Okay, I need to change the title. Hurry. It's not lying as well. Sorry for the clickbait, guys. I didn't mean it. I was just trying to take a guess, I guess. Update titles. AsianFlushie versus KayhanMok. Update all. Okay. I think it should be updated. Is there anything else on the update? Okay, there we go. We're starting. The show table's on the right. Is this paper blank in the back? Yes, it is. Okay, I'll just use this one. So we're just gonna write down the interesting hands. What is up, everyone? Welcome to this match. Show table is on the right. We figured that out. Actually, yeah, we'll probably leave it closed. Okay. This one, I think you do see bet small, but you don't do it as often because the 3 and the 4 are pretty bad for you on the non show. You do see the check, so that's also completely fine. Flushy has a probe, a smaller probe. I'm not too familiar with the small probe strategy. I think right now my probe is only on the bigger side, so we probably put single spade in there, and we've also put maybe sixes. Sixes that don't 3 bets because I think we want to mix a little bit. That seems fine to put in there. What size do we see on the river? Check. Ken could start value betting 8x, I think. No, he does not value bet 8x. And we see the 3, so it seems like 3 could be in that size for the value when you go to the small c-bet on the turn. I guess it's because too many single spades probably can't fold. So you kind of deny equity from them. From them, the overcard they have, or something like that. We do see the small bet here. Should we see the big bet? I think big bet, medium bet, like it's rather like 14 or $2,400. Okay, we see the pair of fours. Check it. Pairs check down. Seems fine. I'll check on here. Down should still technically have pairs. Like I don't think this is a big deal because you go medium size on this board, so he still has 10x, still has 6x. He has to protect that, so he probably has like his overcards in there too sometimes. Like he's not super capped. We see the 8-4. There we go. 3-bet pot. We see the meat small bet here. Do we see the raise? I think raise. Actually, yeah, raise is possible. Raise is possible. I think you want to raise your queen x here. I guess some of your best queen x. Just because he's doing this, because Khan's supposed to be doing this with like most of range, especially if he chooses a size like that. Yeah, and then we see the medium bet size does come out here. Like this is the one you use whenever you go small on the paired board. Flush, you should defend Queen X. Probably overcard to the 6. All your combo draws with the 6, like the combo draws with the flush. Um, if Kaon jams, you're kind of okay. This could be a good queen, by the way. Like Kaon could do this with a good queen. Yeah. Okay. We see the good queen, and we see Flushy with the queen jack, just a heads up cooler, I guess. Like when he shoves there, it's not like he has to have trips or he has to have like I guess like 2 pair or better, right? Like, or like better 2 pair or better. Since I know there's 3s on the flop. He could do that with like his best queen, which is I think probably possible only when you're kind of 100 BBs deep. Maybe when you're 200, you have a lot more money to put in on the river, so you probably do this a different way. Okay. And then of course the call from Flushy, like um, I'm gonna be honest, Kayon might be jamming worse queens there, like Queen 10 could mix in the jam. So I think you beat Valley, so you kind of have to call. Although I do think Queen 10 is getting pretty thin. Okay, here do we see the small bet range, or do we see the medium bet? Small bet. We see the small bet on the Ace 5-5, making it super difficult to defend against. You had to probably defend like bunch of high card backdoor. Actually, maybe not on the Ace high. Maybe not all of them. Like maybe the Jack highs don't actually call. Maybe they mix call. But I think Queen and King you might need a mix. Flushy should have had some raises on this on that flop. By the way, that's small enough to like start implementing raises. Flushy's size here should be medium, and then small. Okay, he goes with the small size. This one also works. He could start value betting Jack X probably, but he has like he probably doesn't have a lot on the turn. What do we see? Check. We see the flush draw. I think it's Jack X. Okay, this makes sense. Um, you have an overcard to the jack, you have the flush draw, and then we saw the cards that I was talking about, like the overpair with the flush draw. Like that was a nicer one, just because you had also like the backdoor wheel. But no, it's so Agent Flush is definitely studied up, so he knows his defense better than anyone. Or he knows his defense pretty solid. I'm not gonna say anyone. I'm pretty sure. At the very very top is probably someone uh, who knows his defense a little bit better. Let's check. Oh, he went B75. Okay. Yeah, the medium size when the straight comes on, that's probably fine. Like that seems normal. Okay, do you have leads here as count? No, I don't think from that check it looks like it's no. And then we have like 2 sizes. One where we put our straights and one where we put our. We have queen X size. We have 2 pair size, which all are the same size. We have our straight size and we have our flush size. And you mix the flush size. Like the flush size also has some straights in it. And you put your straights like half and half in your flush size and your lower size. This is probably. Oh, this is probably. This is like 2 pair, like good 2 pair. I don't know. Actually, is flush? I would assume flush would be bigger. We see the straight. Okay, straight. Okay, straight works. I'm happy with the straight size. I think that was basically why I was indifferent. I was like, he doesn't have like I don't want to say straight because that's like one thing, right? I wanted to give you a more general thing. Oh, we see the range small on this King 10-6. It's a 4-bit pot. Do you see the min click? No, no min click. 4 of diamonds. Kaon should also have a small size here. And then he has a rip, I think. He has a big size and he has like a rip all in and he has a smaller size. A small size is probably like a third-ish, if I had to guess. Flushy has a jam all in, I think. Oh, no, he has a small size. He has a small size, and I think it's up to him if he wants to do the jam all in. Because it does come out if your opponent isn't balanced in these 4-bit pots. I was messing around with this the other day. queen, king. Okay, that's pretty nice. I think if I was flushy, I would maybe put that into my small. Actually, it's probably good enough to put in your big size. Um, like put it in your. Yeah, why don't you just put it in your big size? Unless you want your big size to be 2 per plus. Oh, yeah, interesting game. We see the check raise on the flop and then check to AsianFlushie when the flush completes. Kayhan should have a small bet now. Like his only size I think is small because he kind of checked this turn, which kind of caps himself, but he still has 2 pairs. You do start checking a lot of 2 pairs once you finish check raising. Okay, here's a small size. It's medium size. Which is around, let's say, a little bit less than half, or maybe it's exactly half actually. And then, does Flushie have any raises here? He does trap flushes. Like he definitely balanced enough to trap his flushes. We see the flush from Kayhan. Makes sense. I think the lower flushes kind of benefit from check raising more because you have a you kind of want to derive check or fold equity with them. And of course, when they get there, they should be more of your opponent's range because his betting is actually a lot of flush draws. And he goes like the chunkier size. So it's not crazy to say that he checked the turn. Like this isn't like some crazy exploit he's trying to pull off. Usually it isn't. You see the small probe. I think Fleshy really likes the small probe. I like it too. King 8. Maybe that one you have to do in the small probe because he checks 4s, but you want to get value out of his 6x that checks. That makes sense, I think. Yeah, no, the turn probe I'm not the best at, and when I do it, I use kind of the bigger sizes. So these smaller sizes, I'm not too sure what's supposed to be in there for value. Although I know you probably get super thin if your opponent has like a proper C betting range on the flop, which I'm sure these guys do. You see the 2-4-5 monotone. Okay, we see the straight flush come in. Um, Interesting. Ken keeps on barreling this. I'm actually not super well studied on the monotone board, so I'm actually not sure what's going on here. Like what's supposed to go on here. Whoa. 3-4, King 10. That's pretty cool. I think Flushio's probably thinking about raising because in theory I think he has to raise some 2 pairs because a little bit, not that much, but and the reason is because and you would probably rather like raise them than a straight, and the reason is because you want to have boats when the board pairs, right? Like when you do raise with your flushes and then the board pairs, you want to have boats, and the way you have boats is if you also raise on like the 4 to the flush whenever you have some of the 2 pairs. Of course, you do this like sometimes. It's not. It's a pretty cool idea where you kind of just want to make sure everything is kind of safe, right? Where your opponent can't be like, oh, you only raise flushes there, so when the board pairs, you don't have any boats. So now I could, you're capped and I'm uncapped because I call with my 2 pair. Okay, we should see the small C bets, 33, 300. He looks like he puts in there. Check raises exist. Like, it's not super scary. Yeah, E6 makes sense. Oh, we see the overbet on the non-show. There should be a chunky bet here. I think it's like 77, 75, maybe overbet, even pot. I think pot works. Yeah, yeah, there we go. You see it. I've seen the pot before, and he has nuts, the straight nuts with backdoor diamonds. Yeah, the pot exists on that flop for sure. I think I've seen other pros do it, but I think that makes sense. We see the small bet. We see the check rizzle. No check raise. Three comes in. You should go. I actually maybe you go small size if you're Keanu. Flushy's trying to decide if he has leads. Um, yeah, we see the small size. Because I know when the board's kind of like this, but the instead of a six, it's an ace. You do go the small size, and the three comes in. But maybe this is because Fleshy should have more ace three, but this is a completely different board. We see the check raise with the 8-4. He was checking. You see, he was trying to see if he should leave with the 8-4. I like it. I like it. Pretty cool. Maybe you don't like the suits though, but you know it's each their own. That's just being nitpicky, I think. Oh, we see all the money go in. We see 6-5 win it with the top straight versus bottom straight. Oh, let me put how much money people are winning. I think people really like seeing that. I know. Sometimes the viewers come in whenever I have the money up. It looks like he's up like 15K or something. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I fit on screen. Okay. There we go. Hopefully this is good. Was that a probe on? I didn't catch action. Was there a probe on a turn, or was on? Is this a c bet on the flop? Has to be a probe on the turn, right? That's too small to be a c bet on the flop. AA. Okay, it was. Um, because I think you do want to check that to protect that kind of because your checking range there is actually like kind of screwed up. Just because you see bet so often, it's kind of hard to balance, so you just throw those in there sometimes. You see the small c bet on this board. I don't know if I would have used this size, but Kaon knows he's doing. The six. Any leads from Fleshy? Fleshy likes thinking about leads. I like that because it should change. Like in theory, having leads should change Kaon's monk strategy, and if you don't adjust accordingly, you don't get value. You don't get thin enough value, and two, I think you kind of screw yourself over when you do use kind of like your bigger sizes. Like depending on which way he goes, right? Like if he has no leads, but you assume he has leads, you get screwed over whenever you try to bet. But when he has leads and then you assume that he doesn't have leads, you're going not thin enough for value, right? Because you can kind of think about it as in like Fleshy's strong hands should now exist in the lead when he has one, so that kind of takes it away from his check line. Um, we see the all in here. You could do this with two. Actually, this has to be boats only. This has to be I have a boat. Queen six. What is this? I didn't catch action. I don't know what this is. Is this a 4-bit pot? We're just gonna look at it. I totally missed action on the non-show. Big size exists on this. Actually, I think maybe medium size with the wheels on this ace turn. So check check. No show. I hate that. We'll never know if that was a boat or not, or like how thin he's going, right? Because if it's not a boat, that means he's probably going pretty thin. We should see the overbet here. Like overbet is a strategy, but I don't know if he chooses it. You can go small too. Like it's small or overbet, or you do both. We do see the small. I think the optimal two size is you do like 200% overbet, and you do like the small like 22. The five. Fleshy now has fives. The pot. This makes sense. Flushy. Cam's saying he has an ace here. I think ace is thin enough to go here. You have ace. You have trips. Because Fleshy should have had like a king X and jack X in his check turn line. We see the raise. Okay, now Fleshy's saying I have trips. Okay, he has trips. Kaon was probably bluffing. Uh, Is this a small? Because I'm wondering which two-tone boards are the small one and which ones are the medium ones. I'm gonna assume it's a small one because the two's on there. We okay? We're not wrong. We're not wrong so far. We should see. There's an overbet and there's a small bet strategy on these like ace high two-tone boards. I think maybe the small bet on this one because the two's on there. This one's a medium bet, I think, or an overbet or pot. My bet, not maybe not overbet, but okay. We see the ten on the turn. I think Flushie's wondering how to turn probe this. Turn probes are pretty cool, but kind of weird. Check, check. And worst thing you do for value here, I think you actually go Jack X for value. This is like a Jack X size, I think, like a single pair size. You have to protect it though, so you do put trips in there, but this is like this is probably Jack X. Is Flushie gonna hit the raise? That's the question. Yeah, you have to protect the size whenever you start doing it. But if your opponents are just like not fighting back, you can just kind of put it in whatever you want. Like you can put it in like its value. King X, okay. And then the Flushie called it to 5. So yeah, the single pair hand around what we expected to see. Uh, Makes sense. Actually, do you see the small bet here? You see the medium bets. We're gonna figure this out by the end of it, guys. We're gonna figure out what the right sizes are for these two-tone Broadway eyes. Oh, we see the check raise. I heard rumor on the street is you're supposed to have 3 bets here, but I've never I haven't studied two-tone yet, um, or as extensively as I would want to. I haven't studied two-tone, so maybe we see it, maybe we don't. Well, this time we didn't. See the medium bet. I think this makes sense. Kayhan should be checking some 2 pairs here just to protect though, because when you're here with your draws that do want to check, you want to kind of make sure he can't punish you for them. Now he just rips it. We see the call. We see the 2 pair. There we go. We will, he gets coolered, but we do see the 2 pair, which is kind of nice to see in theory, because in theory exists. And just to repeat maybe the rationale behind it, when you check raise, you're gonna have hands that want to check the turn, right? And kind of realize on the river when he checks back. And if your opponent properly punishes, like if your opponent is playing good, he's going to punish these checks, right? So in order to make sure he doesn't punish your checks super hard, you want to put 2 pairs in them. So when you start putting these 2 pairs into your check line after check raise, you kind of make sure he's indifferent about betting big on those turns when you check. Hopefully this makes sense. And then you get to realize more of those hands that want to check. Hopefully, if anyone has any questions about that. I briefly know why it's happening, but maybe we could look into it later. Yeah, but that's a pretty cool thing. It's something you could maybe think about in your own game. Like if you're close about check raising, think about how often he checks the turn after you check. Like if you check raise and then turn goes check check a lot, then you're able to realize even more on the river. So you could check raise more as a result. And so like it's nice to see that check raise is not only a function of like opponent c bet frequency, but also opponent check turn frequency after you go ahead and check raise, which is a nice little like strategy insight. You see the 7 high flush, the pair. Yeah, you could just mess around. If you mess around with Pio a bit, you kind of see this happen whenever you stop like punishing the checks on the turn as the imposition player after you get check raise. See the jack. Tan should start. It should have a big probe strategy, I think, on this turn. Like if he has a probe strategy. On this river, I'm not sure. I think you have to have three sizes. Like three sizes maybe optimally, but two sizes probably works. Your ace size, your jack size, and then your flush size. And then you have to kind of put boats in there somehow. Like you shove your boats into somewhere, which is probably your biggest size. You see the big pot brewing on the non-show table. Flushy takes it down with the bet. You see, okay, here's a small C bet on the two tone. I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Okay, Flushy is up $60,000. That's a lot of money, but it's only like three buys. Wait, did I count that right? 30 there. Yeah, 30 there. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We're gonna assume the money, like some of the money might be his, so he might not be up, but it might look something like that. Oh, we see the completely rainbow board on the other side. Jack eight takes it down. Plus, you probably had rather an ace or some pair. Oh, do we see the medium size bet on this one? No medium size bet. Or I guess we don't know. Can have big probe or small probe on this size? I don't know. In theory, you probably have like all the sizes. So when I say stuff like, "Do you have big probe or small probe here?" It probably doesn't matter. Like it definitely doesn't matter. If you see the big river probe though, 3x overbet. Oh, that's so weird. What's the thinnest you do this with? 6x? Or is this saying just like it just has after check. 6x. Okay, best six. Oh, nice. I like that one. That makes sense because you just kind of print when he has a six. So I think he has to call you off. No, ace nine. Hopefully everyone's doing good today. Uh, hopefully people are enjoying this high stakes heads up action. I know I am. Happy to commentate for you guys. Let me know if anything's too loud. Also, feel free to mute me and just like put on your own stuff and just watch. That's totally fine. If you guys want to make sure you catch all the high stakes action, think about dropping a follow. I've been trying to stream lately. I'm trying to get better at heads up, so that's why I'm here. You guys could check out my 2+2 blog in the about me if you guys are interested in reading that. Yeah, the goal is to kind of get really good at heads up and be able to play some of these like 2-5, 5-10 games eventually, maybe in like 2 years. If that's kind of ambitious though, so we'll see. Um, see the check. Can has to check some two pairs here, so it's not like he's giga capped or anything. Flushy, you need to bet your king, you need to bet your queen. This is like single pair side, I think. Yeah, there we go, king. I actually see I'm not burning too much money because on those like super maybe like boards where your hand like there's a lot of hand classes a lot better than yours. Not just like two pair and sets. Um, it kind of gets weird to see if your value is still value and like what size it should be in. So it's nice to see, and I do put my top pair on those like that kind of similar board that Flushy have had on like the three like the 3/4, they're like the 3/4 like 2/3 kind of sizing, and it's probably fine because my opponent's probably down to punish like if there was any imbalance in the size, they don't punish it enough. We saw the is that I think that's no, that was not through the bot. We should see the small bet here. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't matter really. If it was three bet or if it was single raise, we should see the small bet either way. Fleshy, does he have any raises here? Little clicks? No clicks. 10. He should go medium, like 42. Yeah, 44. Okay. Makes sense. And he's doing this with his best. Like, he could still do this with his best ace X. Like, ace king, ace queen, ace jack, maybe even ace nine, like some of the time, so like most of the time. And then you mix in checks with all of these. Okay, now he just, oh, maybe on this, oh, actually, that's kind of gross. You want to put, your flushes are in here, so it's not like Kayan's like screwed. You do have flushes here, so you could jam. You probably do have a jam in here, but it's not like you're like giga capped. And the straight also is available, so maybe that changes stuff. Like flushy shouldn't be like, oh, he never has a flush here. Like he definitely has flushes here because he ranged small in this spot, and then his smaller flushes get in the mix. Like all the flushes that aren't already pairs get in the mix. That kind of want to have some value. Okay, nice. Oh, we see the ace nine. Ace nine is in there. Okay, that's nice. Um, Pretty cool. And we see the how thin you kind of want to go in there in theory. That seems pretty correct. We should delay C bet on the non-show table. I feel like on high frequency boards, I kind of take the high frequency part a little bit too serious. So my what do you call it? My delay isn't super like I don't have a lot in my delay. I do check the bottom shit, of course. I do check some of the very top shit, like some of my like sets, but it's not a strategy like I care too much about being fluent in just because my opponents probably don't respond. Like they probably don't check raise enough to lower my C bet where I kind of need the check raise, or I need the check in my range, is what I was trying to say. Why are we getting some this Crush Chen song always comes up. It's in the playlist, so that makes sense. But you always get to this part. Interesting. What? How does this work? Did they go? Did they check raise? Did he check raise? I missed action on the share table. My bad, guys. Oh, we see it. The twos. The twos are nice. Actually, a pretty nice hand to have there, because you unlock like all the folds. So the solver kind of likes using 2x, 3x, twos, threes to run those, just because yeah, you just basically unblock all the folds. I think this one goes on the bigger size. If I had to guess, okay, it probably does because we saw the check, but they probably have a real checking range, so yeah. Oh, small bet range. Let's see it. Yep, there it is on the non-show. Any clicks? No. Oh, on the pair, how does this work? I think you have a check. I think you have actually a check that's fluffy. Like you check quite a lot. There's still a bet in there, of course, but like I would assume you check shit, and then Cam probably picks a size like 4,000, like 4,000 ish, maybe even smaller. Okay, Flushing needs to get value out of his ace X now, and his 10x. Oh, actually maybe not. Oh, it's close. Like you probably bet queens, kings, jacks here, still for your small size. Yeah, this is what about the small. This is like what the small size looks like. Because Flushy has to defend because agent a Can Monk has to defend like his 10x or his 10. Well, they shouldn't be in there. Wait, this is a free pot. This doesn't exist. Um, let's see, what is it? Ace 8. Okay, makes sense. I wonder what he called with. That lost. Like, was it like sixes? Do we see the big bet here? We do. We see the OB with a 9 straight in your face. See, I'm not good enough to find those. I would have checked that. I would have checked that back. Instead of too much shit on earlier. Okay, we see another 3 reply here with a small. How does this work? Does Fleshy has to have races here. Why don't we see any races from Fleshy on these 3 replies? Not sure how this turn works. I want to be real, but we see medium bet probably like 44,400. Okay, we see 5,000. Oh, we see a 3 reply on the show table. Ooh, this one probably has a big bet. Actually, maybe not on the 8, maybe not on the 8-7, but like that was like a 2. The 7 was like a 2. Yes. Okay, these are weird. You probably start betting your 10x now. You probably start bluffing your 9x. You probably start bluffing your low flush draws, like your 6-4 and stuff. That's also a get shots. That's like a nice combo draw. Just a straight. Well, wasn't no, wasn't a straight. That was an open ended. My bad. 3-4, Jack, King, Jack. Calling the turn with King high. If you're fleshy, that one's a bit ballsy. I guess you have the 2 overcards. I need to check those spots. I don't defend those. I think in low, I was gonna say lower elo. In lower stakes, people don't really find the pluses. So maybe we'll check that one out. 2 ace ace, 2 ace ace king for 5-9. We see the check all the way down. Plus, you should start betting his 8x here. I think 600. Okay, this is a 8x. Got him. Got him. That's like the size you put it in. It was too small to be king x. I think king x actually probably goes pot. Actually, maybe not. Because it's probably fine. Do you see the overbet here? Okay, on the non-show table, we do. We see the what is this? 1.5. We don't get to see it though. I think it'd be nice to see because it'd probably be some badass like queen 5 of clubs or something. See the raise. It's the call. We'd probably go medium bet here. Medium bet on 2. Plus he has to start betting his king x. This is probably the size is probably jack x. You're probably sneaking some jack x in here, and then 6s has to call you, right? Check call. Okay, so bet. This is okay. This is like king x now. He's saying I have king x. I have maybe even 2 pair. 2 pair could sneak in here. Dan's like, nah, I have 2 pair actually. I have 4-3. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. He could have rivered the 3x, right? Like he could have had a straight draw with the 3 on the turn, and then like rivered the pair of 3s. Now he could raise those because he has to bluff that he has a 2 pair. And the way you do this is by having maybe like 3-5 here, right? I'm gonna put Kayhan on 3-5 or a 3x. I'm gonna put on 3x. I think 3-5 might be too much. Three of two pair. It's two pair. Okay, but it was the two pair with the three. Okay, I was like, that seems that's what I kind of expected. Holy, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I've been getting these. I've been getting these. Small bet. I'm gonna like vision it. Yup. Keon, he has a check raise. He folds. 4-5. Okay, dude. I was asked. Oh my god, I'm actually locked into these games. Yeah, but your checker raise should be 3x because you're kind of bluffing that exact hand. Like those hands where you have two pair with the three. Ooh, that's actually super, like, that's low key kind of sexy, not gonna lie. Like, that hand is pretty nice. Okay. Are we gonna see, okay, are we gonna see value with the Jack X? 1800. 1800. Oh, okay. This is, can we see, man, okay, I'm always scared if this could be Jack X or not. Like, it's definitely 10x has to be in there, by the way, just for balance. But can this be Jack X? I think it could definitely be Ace X. Where's this Jack X? Okay, we see the Ace X. Plus she calls with the Jack X. Let me switch the leaderboard. I think. 30,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 20,000. Okay, he's up only 20,000. Only 20,000, he said. You see the raise. On this one, you could do small. You can have with the small bets. B40 probably also exists. Okay, we see the B70, 75. On five, you probably have big bet. Or your ace two gets there, which wants to check the turn. Your two, like if you're flush, your ace two gets there. KayhanMok. Your 4-5 gets there, but I think you just call this one on this one versus this size because it's too bad of a two pair. Cam's kind of repping Queen X at least. Okay, Ace two. I'm gonna put my money on Ace two. Oh my god, guys! What should I say? Ace two checks the turn there. That's the straight he has. Holy moly! First of all, that sizing on the non-show table, that's correct. Guys, we should someone clip that. Someone clip that. Viewers, someone clip my straight up just soul read on AsianFlushie. I'm just joking. It made sense. I mean, that's kind of the straight he's repping. He probably has sets in there. Probably has. I don't know if he has two pair in there. That's too big. Holy moly! I'm actually so hyped, guys. I told you I'm locked in. We see a huge call on the non-show. Sending it. Ace Queen. Is this Ace Queen? This could be Ace Queen. The question is it Ace Jack? I don't think so. Ace Jack with the Jack of Diamonds. Ace Jack with the Ace of Diamonds. That's like the only. I think it's too thin though. I think Ace Jack is too thin because your opponent has like all the combos of King Queen. Technically, so do you, but you have way more. You have like way more shit. He could have a flush here too. Like it's not crazy. Cam's probably wondering how many flushes he has. He should have a lot. I mean, like enough. So you call all of those off. You call. If your straight's in there, you call it off. Like your straight with the backdoor spades, maybe you call it off. You have in there. Yeah, you have king queen. You have jack. I don't know if you have that jack ten. Maybe he's trying to figure out if he has enough jack ten. And you kind of just go down this list. Oh, I hate how we can't see that one. Whenever I said the ace two, I was thinking about ace two offsuit though. Like ace two suit, of course, also checks. Like I'm not saying that one doesn't check, but maybe I just meant all ace twos, I guess, except the one maybe with the flush draw, because that one probably doesn't care. Like that one could probably just straight up stack off. Yeah, these monotone boards on the ace high monotone board, you do see a lot of check check on the flop, just because Flushy's range advantage should come from his ace high flushes, but he doesn't have them anymore. Like not that he doesn't have all of them anymore, but he doesn't. Or no, he literally can't have them. My bad. Because the ace blocks these, right? Give me a second, guys. I might be a little bit busy right now. I'm trying to plug in my hands. I got my hands back from coin. I want to see what my win rate is now. What size do you use? 1,000. He used pot on the flop. It looks like, and it goes check. It checks all the way down. Holy, isn't that kind of spewy? I don't know. I don't know. He's the guy playing 20 now or 20K. Ooh, we see the medium size. This makes sense. What's the bluff here? You could bet. You could bluff bet with this size a 7x if you're AsianFlushie. That's true. Um, we don't see it, but we see the trips there. 244. We see this probably small C bet, yeah. This one's actually a super small C bet, 25%. Holy, I use 30, I think. This isn't super big. You see the medium C bet makes sense. We see the raise. He has to have raises. Um, I wonder what happens when our opponent stops having raises on this board. Like, do we just get to send all of it on the turn with our overpair advantage? Big pot. I wonder what size to use here. We see the small size. Some little blocker-ish size. It's like 2/7, which is like 2/8, which is like 25%. It's a little bit smaller than 25% actually. 6, ace 10, the ace high. Thought about it, called that off. See, that's why these guys are playing 20K and L. I don't know if I call. Maybe I like groan call it on the river. I was like, oh, just because. Do I even have enough? Do I even have enough pairs? And because I have to call that one on the turn, right? So let me ask you something. Do I have enough Kleenex? Like, have all diamond ones? Is this even enough? Probably only gonna be live for like 2 hours. Or if they finish playing first, I'll probably just leave. Queens. Oh, we see the 4 bet. See the 5 bet. All in. Okay. Small 3 bet. We should see an overbet on most turns. Oh, that one's a cool one. Because if the turn comes like a 6, maybe even a 9, I just send that with the OB. Little B125. Oh, we should see a C bet here. Small C bet. There it is. The raise. This one makes more sense to raise on because you do have 8-5. Yeah, and you have all your weird gut shots. You have your ace-5, you have your ace-8. Ooh, this is actually better for Kayhan, I think. We see it with the OB. AsianFlushie probably starts folding some ace-X here. Just the boat. Just the boat. The raise, ace to fold, queens. The Quigglies, what they call them? What's the word? I lost a viewer just from saying Quigglies. That's how it works. That's the world works. We probably see small C bet. Yep. We probably see medium bet, 1200. Maybe 700. Does he go to the smaller side? I have SA, don't remember what he's doing. To check. Ooh, Fleshy has, if he checks here, Fleshy could start betting the bomb. Okay, he just calls bomb then. Aces, AA. Little AA. Little nice trap with the AA. Little 4-bet action happening. Call him the 4-bet. Okay, Fleshy I think has leads here. And he also has raises. He has raises here. So he has the min click raise here, like quite a frequency. Call on 2, check. On the ace. Oh. It's kind of gross. Cam probably has like 5,000 all in. Huh. We don't see it. God, this sucks.